Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. First off, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Of course, I want to thank Cheryl and Randy for putting this together and all the other Tea Party members. We all know why we're here. We all know why this is important. What I want to say to each one of you, because I've gotten to know many of you during this campaign, each and every one of you has the individual ability to change this election. Each and every one of you should be proud of the fact that you've come out, that you've organized, that you've worked. Revolutions begin with small numbers of people. Sometimes political revolutions begin in the mind of one person, who then pushes that forward and that convinces others to participate, and that slowly but surely pushes forward a movement. This is how America was born. This is how other democracies and countries have moved forward. We have to remember, you individually can make that difference. There are candidates here that need your help. Of course, we all support Carl Palladino. We've talked about Carl. But of course here, we've got George Phillips in this area. I'm going to ask every single one of you today here, every person that's here, if you have not done so, go home today, get on the computer, I'm going to do that, I promise, and donate money to George Phillips today. If it's 25, 50, 100, go on and give George one final push. Please, please do this. I know as a candidate, having run for the Senate, how hard this is. The truth is, Wall Street and the wealthy are not going to help us, ladies and gentlemen. We, the middle class, are in this alone. Only those of us that are here are going to step forward and help these candidates. I have met George Phillips. I like George Phillips. He's a friend of mine. All of us are busy, though. We're all doing all sorts of things for candidates. But go and help George today. I ask you all as a special plea. Also, each one of us here, as we get down these last few days, get on your computer and send emails to every person you know to get out. We have got to get people out to help our candidates. This particular race is close for George, and we got to help him. Carl Palladino. Carl Palladino is a very, very good man. Carl is a friend of mine. I like Carl a lot. I've been helping Carl on Tuesday down on Long Island. We've got a veterans meeting for Carl that I'll be at. We're going to get as many people out for Carl as possible. We can do this. We are going to have significant turnout. Do not listen to the polls. Do not allow the polls to dissuade you. The polls during the primary were all wrong. People don't know what's going to happen. They do not know what's going to happen. The people that determine what's going to happen are standing here right now. It's all about how hard we push. It's all about how hard we work. We've only got about 9 days left. I would ask you again, I would compel you to get out, spend the last few days here, working as hard as you can, get people out to the polls. Use your email. That's the most efficient way. Make phone calls. Get them out to the polls. New York State has lost 1.5 million people in the last 6 or 7 years, have fled this state. And I'll tell you, if Andrew Cuomo gets elected, we're going to lose another 1.5 million in the next year, because he's going to drive this economy down. Carl Palladino has stated clearly what he's going to do. He's going to drop taxes. He's going to drop spending. And only with those steps do we have any chance of saving this state and saving this country. When we talk about the national debt, we talk about $13.6 trillion that we owe. That doesn't include the state's debts. That doesn't include what New York owes. It doesn't include what California owes, or Michigan, or Florida. We have a much more serious problem economically in this country than anyone talks about, than anyone will face up to. It starts at the state level. We've got to do this. I want to say to you all that we're not alone. We've got young men and women fighting for this country abroad. We've got people here like yourselves that are all pushing and for the Tea Party, and this is what's going to be required. All of us are going to have to be in this thing. The 2nd of November is the first day on the rest of the day, for the rest of our lives. We're going to have to fight on after that. This isn't going to be won with just one election. That's going to be the first, and on November 3rd, we have to start organizing for the election in 212. All of you have made a difference. I've seen so many of your faces, and I'm so grateful, and I've met so many good friends in this process. But this is only the beginning. Please continue to work on. Please get out there and support our candidates. Please do everything you can. And again, one last pitch for George. Every one of us today has got to get out there and donate some money to George tonight and get other people to help him, because we can win that race. God bless you all. Thank you for coming out. I think you're all wonderful.